Good evening, students. Tonight, we'll be exploring one of life's greatest mysteries, a quiet, universal, and essential part of every living creature's day. Welcome to the world of sleep. We spend roughly 1/3 of our lives asleep, yet most of us don't truly understand what happens behind closed eyes. Why do we dream? Why do we need sleep in the first place? What really goes on in the brain during those quiet nighttime hours? This episode will gently unravel the science, the history, and the surprising secrets of sleep. So settle in, get comfortable, and let's drift through the fascinating story of why we sleep, how it works, and what it reveals about our bodies and minds. And before we begin, if you enjoy learning while you rest, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to The Pillow Professor, and let me know in the comments where in the world you're listening from tonight. Sleep isn't a single state, but a carefully choreographed cycle. Each night your brain moves through different stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. This cycle repeats roughly every 90 minutes and plays a vital role in how refreshed we feel in the morning. Deep sleep helps the body recover and rebuild, while REM is the stage where dreams bloom and creativity sparks. Brainwaves slow dramatically during deep sleep, but light up like fireworks during REM. This rhythmic alternation continues through the night, like a dance between the conscious and unconscious mind. The exact timing of each stage shifts as the night progresses. Early on, deep sleep dominates, but by morning, REM takes the spotlight. Understanding this sleep architecture is the first step in appreciating just how complex and intelligent our resting brains truly are. It might seem like sleep is when the brain shuts off, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Some regions of the brain become even more active during sleep than when we're awake. While we rest, the brain is busy sweeping away waste, organizing memories, and resetting emotional balance. One crucial player is the glymphatic system, which activates at night to clear out toxic byproducts, like a janitorial crew tidying up after a long day. Dream-related areas like the amygdala and hippocampus light up, suggesting our minds are sifting through emotions and storing what matters most. Sleep is less about turning off and more about switching functions. It's a nightly workshop of repairs, reboots, and revelations, all happening behind the scenes. Where did sleep come from? Even jellyfish, which have no brain, exhibit a form of sleep, suggesting it's as ancient as life itself. From insects to elephants, almost every animal on Earth needs to sleep. This tells us that sleep is not just helpful, it's essential. In evolutionary terms, sleep has likely been preserved for its ability to conserve energy, support healing, and strengthen memory. Yet, it remains one of biology's great puzzles. Why would any creature become so vulnerable for so many hours every single day? The fact that evolution hasn't eliminated sleep tells us that whatever happens during those hours is vital, perhaps more vital than we realize. Sleep deprivation affects the body and mind in surprisingly swift and serious ways. Just one night of poor sleep can slow reaction times, cloud memory, and increase irritability. Over time, lack of sleep has been linked to weight gain, weakened immunity, and higher risk of heart disease. In severe cases, extended sleep loss can even trigger hallucinations. Experiments on rats have shown that complete sleep deprivation eventually leads to death. Sleep is not optional, it's foundational. Skipping it isn't just tiring, it's dangerous. Sleep protects our health like a silent guardian, and when we don't get enough, every part of the body feels it. Dreams are the strange, unpredictable stories our brains tell at night. But what are they really for? Some scientists believe dreams help process emotions and reinforce learning. Others think they're just the brain's way of interpreting random activity. Yet dreams often reflect our deepest fears and desires in vivid, surreal forms. Lucid dreams, where the dreamer becomes aware they're dreaming, suggest a unique hybrid of consciousness and sleep. No one fully agrees on why we dream, but most agree that it's meaningful. Even nightmares may serve a purpose, preparing us to handle real-life stress. In the dream world, the mind rehearses, rewinds, and reveals. Just how much sleep do we need? There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but most adults need between 7 and 9 hours each night. Babies sleep almost all day, while older adults often sleep less, but not necessarily because they need less. The quality of sleep matters as much as the quantity. Someone may spend 8 hours in bed but only get 6 hours of effective rest. Short sleepers, those rare individuals who feel great on just 4 or 5 hours, are the exception, not the rule. And oversleeping isn't great either. It's been linked to increased inflammation and sluggishness. Finding your ideal sleep amount is about consistency and how rested you feel, not just clocking time. Have you ever studied before bed and remembered it better in the morning? That's not a coincidence. During sleep, especially deep and REM stages, the brain organizes and stores memories. It moves short-term memories into long-term storage and prunes unnecessary ones. Think of it like a librarian sorting books on the shelves while you snooze. Sleep after learning something new improves recall, making it an essential tool for students and professionals alike. Without enough sleep, memory becomes foggy and unreliable. It's not just about what you learn, but what you retain, and sleep is the glue that makes learning stick. Melatonin is often called the sleep hormone, but it's really more like a messenger. Produced by the pineal gland when it gets dark, melatonin tells the body it's time to wind down. Its production is triggered by darkness and suppressed by light, especially the blue light from screens. Melatonin doesn't put you to sleep directly. It sets the stage. It helps regulate the circadian rhythm, your body's natural 24-hour clock. This is why people who work night shifts or travel across time zones can feel disoriented as their melatonin levels get thrown off. Supplements can help in some cases, but they're not a fix for bad sleep habits. Natural melatonin thrives in darkness, routine, and a calm mind. Your body follows a daily rhythm that governs everything from temperature to alertness. This is your circadian rhythm, and it's closely tied to sleep. The rhythm responds to light and darkness, peaking and dipping at specific times. In the evening, melatonin rises and the body cools slightly, signals that it's time for rest. In the morning, cortisol increases to help us wake. Disrupting this rhythm by staying up too late or sleeping in can leave you groggy even after a full night's rest. Understanding your rhythm helps you plan sleep and wake times that align with your biology, not just your schedule. A bad night of sleep can turn a good day upside down. Sleep is tightly linked to emotional regulation. Without enough of it, the brain's emotional centers become hyperactive, while the logical centers quiet down. This imbalance explains why we feel more anxious, irritable, or sensitive when tired. REM sleep in particular seems to help process emotional experiences from the day. It's like therapy without the talking. Long-term sleep issues are also tied to mood disorders like depression and anxiety. Good sleep supports a steady mind, acting like a cushion against the emotional bumps of daily life. Not all creatures sleep the same way we do. Some birds and marine mammals can sleep with only half their brain at a time, keeping one eye open for danger. Giraffes sleep in short bursts, sometimes just a few minutes at a time, while brown bats can snooze for up to 20 hours a day. Migratory birds can nap mid-flight, and dolphins sleep while continuing to swim. Even within the same species, sleep patterns vary by age, habitat, and lifestyle. These fascinating adaptations show just how flexible and important sleep is across nature. Sleep serves many functions, but how it's achieved depends entirely on an animal's needs and environment. It's not just about rest, it's about survival, safety, and evolution in action. Falling asleep is just the beginning. Staying asleep is a delicate balance. A good night's sleep depends on multiple factors coming together: body temperature, hormone levels, environment, and timing. Disruptions at any stage, light exposure, noise, or stress can shatter that balance. Sleep fragmentation, where you wake repeatedly, prevents you from reaching deeper restorative stages. Temperature plays a surprisingly large role. Cooler rooms often lead to better sleep. The brain also needs to feel safe in order to relax fully, which is why habits like winding down before bed and sleeping in the same place matter more than we realize. Quality sleep isn't passive, it's something we prepare for, protect, and maintain. Our ancestors didn't sleep the way we do today. In pre-industrial societies, sleep often came in two segments: a first sleep and a second sleep, with a quiet waking period in between. People might pray, reflect, or even visit neighbors during that gap. The invention of artificial light changed everything, shifting sleep to one continuous block. Sleep schedules became more rigid with the rise of industrial work, leaving less room for natural rhythms. Even cultural attitudes towards sleep have shifted. Where once rest was considered essential and sacred, it's now sometimes seen as lazy or indulgent. Understanding how human sleep has evolved helps explain why modern patterns don't always come naturally. Not all sleep is peaceful. Some people experience parasomnias, unusual behaviors or experiences during sleep. This includes sleepwalking, night terrors, talking in sleep, or even eating unconsciously during the night. These events usually happen during transitions between sleep stages and can feel eerie or confusing to those involved. Sleep paralysis is another phenomenon where a person wakes up unable to move, sometimes sensing a presence in the room. Though these experiences can be frightening, most are harmless and rooted in neurological misfires. They remind us that sleep is a dynamic and active process, not just shutting down, but navigating a strange internal world. A short nap during the day can work wonders for the mind. Just 10 to 20 minutes of sleep can improve alertness, mood, and even learning. Longer naps may lead to grogginess if they interrupt deep sleep, but can still be beneficial if timed correctly. Some cultures embrace napping as part of daily life, like the Spanish siesta or the Japanese inamuri. Even famous thinkers like Einstein and Edison were known to swear by short naps. While naps can't replace a full night's rest, they can bridge the gap during exhausting days. Used wisely, they're like a quick reboot for the brain. Simple, natural, and surprisingly effective. When we sleep, the immune system gets to work. During deep sleep, the body produces cytokines, proteins that help fight infection and inflammation. Sleep also enhances the effectiveness of immune cells, including T cells that track down and eliminate pathogens. Studies show that people who sleep less than 6 hours a night are more likely to catch colds and recover more slowly from illness. Vaccinations are even more effective when paired with proper rest, as the body forms stronger antibodies after sleep. On the flip side, chronic sleep deprivation increases susceptibility to infections and slows healing. Sleep is not just a recovery tool, it's a frontline defender for your immune system. Screens are everywhere. Phones, tablets, televisions, and they're not always friendly to our sleep. Blue light emitted by devices tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime, delaying melatonin release and pushing back the sleep cycle. Scrolling before bed stimulates the brain, making it harder to unwind and drift off. Even just the presence of a phone in the room can disrupt focus and rest. Beyond screens, the constant connectivity of modern life makes it harder to separate day from night. Notifications, emails, and digital noise chip away at quiet time. Creating boundaries with technology, especially in the hour before bed, can dramatically improve sleep quality and mental calm. Not all sleep struggles are created equal. Some people wrestle with insomnia, the inability to fall or stay asleep, while others have conditions like sleep apnea, where breathing pauses during rest. There's also restless leg syndrome, narcolepsy, and delayed sleep phase disorder, each affecting the body in different ways. Sleep disorders can go undiagnosed for years, often mistaken for stress or mood issues. Fortunately, sleep clinics and overnight studies can help reveal what's happening behind the scenes. Treatment ranges from behavioral therapy and lifestyle changes to specialized machines and medication. When sleep feels broken, it's not a character flaw, it's a signal to dig deeper. Astronauts face unique challenges when it comes to sleep. Without a natural day-night cycle, their bodies struggle to maintain a circadian rhythm. Spacecraft are noisy, and microgravity makes traditional beds impossible. NASA astronauts strap themselves into sleeping bags attached to the wall and use eye masks and scheduled lighting to simulate day and night. Despite all efforts, sleep in space is often fragmented and shorter than on Earth. Sleep loss can affect mission safety, decision-making, and mental health in high-stress environments like the International Space Station. Studying how astronauts adapt gives scientists insight into how sleep functions under extreme conditions. Not every culture treats sleep the same way. In some parts of the world, segmented sleep, sleeping in 2 distinct periods, is still common. In others, communal sleeping is the norm, especially in warmer climates or family-centric societies. Modern Western views often glorify minimal sleep as a badge of productivity, while other cultures prioritize rest and restoration. In Japan, sleeping in public is a sign of hard work, while in some Mediterranean countries, afternoon naps are still a treasured tradition. Sleep is shaped not just by biology, but by values, customs, and societal norms. How we rest reflects how we live and what we prioritize. And so, we return to where we began, quietly, gently, and with greater understanding. Sleep is far more than just rest. It is a time of healing, learning, and deep transformation. It links our emotions to our memories, clears our minds, strengthens our immune system, and restores every cell in the body. From the way dreams paint stories across the night to the rhythms that guide our days, sleep remains one of the most profound biological mysteries and one of the most essential. No matter who we are or where we live, sleep unites us in its quiet necessity. It is the great equalizer, the unseen rhythm behind all that we do while awake. So the next time you tuck yourself in, remember that while the world grows still, your body is hard at work in the background, repairing, reshaping, and preparing you for the day to come. Sleep well, students.